Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me go set up this room real quick and then we can get started. It's 6:17 right now, so we have about 13 minutes till market open. I'm gonna go ahead and set everything up real quick. Once everything's all set up, we can get ready to analyze US 30 for market open. So let's get this all set up right here. That's good. Today's the 19th. Everything is pretty much good to go for the most part. I'll get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. It's good for the most part. All right, I'm gonna start letting people into the room. So give me 1 second, guys, as everyone makes their way into the Zoom. Let me finish setting this up right here. Everything looks good for the most part. All right, perfect. All right, morning, guys. So everything's pretty much all set up for the most part here. Let me just get this all figured out. I think everything's pretty much good. Today's Tuesday, October 19th, guys, second day of the trading week. It is 6:19 right now. We have about 11 minutes till market open. I'm going to allow more people into the room real quick. Once everyone's in the room, then we can get started with our analysis of US 30. So let me just get this all figured out. Morning, Miles. Morning, Christopher. Morning, Garish. Morning, everybody. Morning, Professor. Morning, Shane. Big congrats, Professor. I don't know if you guys saw Trey's post in the group. Trey just passed FTMO right now, 200K count, all passed right here within 11 days with K2 pretty much. So big congrats to the Professor, aka Trey. Great work. Because I know Trey just joined K2 like not that long ago, and just killed it straight out the gate. So big congrats, another 200K count. About to be funded soon. Yeah, it's all about consistency. You can even look at like Trey's drawdown. Max drawdown was only like $500. Max daily loss was like about that much. It's all about consistency, guys. As long as you guys can be consistent, follow directions, and do what you're supposed to do, there should be no problem with you passing your FTMO, MFF, whatever you want to do, your personal account. It's really, it's really about consistency and doing well. So yeah, big congrats to Trey. I'm looking for who's next because every day there's people passing. So let's keep it going. Morning, Miles. Morning, Al. Morning, Jay. Morning, Matt. Morning, Shane. Morning, everybody. So we have about 9 minutes till market open. Soon enough, we'll have everyone in here. Good morning, Kushi. All right, cool. So let me check the fundamentals first, and let's just see how the market's currently moving. Right now, it's currently up 118 points, 121 points actually for the futures data. So it's currently bullish overall. Market hasn't opened yet. So when the market does open, we'll confirm to see where the direction is going to be pushing. Looking at retail sentiment, there's currently 67% of traders short right now. So I would prefer to be buying. So we'll see what happens when the market actually opens, but there's no guarantee it's going to continue to push up higher. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Lisa. Morning, everybody. Everyone's still making their way into the room, so I'll give it a few more minutes before we start analyzing it. And then we get started with our kickoff of the New York session. So I haven't traded anything myself this morning, so we'll see what happens next. Once the market opens here. Currently, I just drew these high lows here, but currently right now there just isn't any entries. The first thing we're going to be looking for is going to be that breakout. After that, we'll be looking for some scalps. So it's the same process every single day. We do the same thing pretty much every day, and it works perfectly fine. That's why we don't really change things up. So we'll give it a few minutes. People are still making their way in right now. All right, cool. The professor said if I wanted to trade DAX during London, what fundamentals would I look at? You can look at on the same website. Professor. So you just go to EU right here, and then you click on DAX, and then it'll pull up right there. So you'll use the same fundamentals that we use for, I mean, not the same fundamentals, but the same process. So like, for example, if you're trading the Dow, right, you're going to click on US, you'll have the Dow right there. If you want to trade EU session, you click on the DAX and it's right there. If you want to trade the UK 100, it's right there. Everything's here. Everything's pretty much on CNBC. You don't really need to go anywhere else for, fundamental, news and buys and stuff like that. It pretty much has every country, Asia as well. If you want to trade the Nikkei 200 or whatever you guys want to trade, it's all here. I know a lot of people don't realize that because people don't really know how to use a CNBC website, but it's literally right in front of your face. So yeah, definitely great work right there, Professor. Yeah, let's see. So we've got a couple questions. I'll go over these questions before we start with our analysis. So, hey, Deswell, morning. Morning, Deswell said, how did the trade go yesterday? I don't think we took the trade yesterday. I think it didn't play out well, Deswell, but I didn't take it myself, thankfully, because the market was kind of moving kind of funky in the morning. So let's just go back to yesterday's. Yesterday at about 6, and we're just looking at the 3-minute. This is a strategy that it's not yet done. It's the one that Deswell introduced to us. So yesterday at 6:30. Yeah, so it was right here, Deswell, for a sell. I didn't take it because the market was bullish and I didn't want to trade in that direction, for a sell. So with the fundamentals being bullish, I didn't take the trade. I avoided it. And as you can see, it completely reversed to the opposite side. That's why it's kind of important that you guys use the fundamentals to trade in the proper direction, because if you don't, it can easily just reverse on you. So it didn't really work well the other day as well, but generally it it does. Hey, Kenny, morning. Yeah, guys. So, just another reminder, guys, I made the YouTube public again today. This is just another reminder that it's not going to be public anymore. You guys can still watch the sessions as it replays, but it's not going to be live for you guys on the YouTube. So this is probably gonna be the last day that it's going to be live on the YouTube. Otherwise, every other day moving forward, there'll be random days. The only way they should have notification that it's going to be posted live, because I'm still going to be sharing it live about 1 or 2 times a week. You have to subscribe to the YouTube channel. They'll send you an email when I do go live. Otherwise, it's only going to be for the Zoom members. Otherwise, you guys could watch the replay, but it won't be real time. So I just want to remind you guys so there's no confusion and there's no surprise when you guys try to log on the YouTube and it's not there. Morning, Aside. Morning, Riga. Morning, Kenny. Morning, David. Morning, Abraham. Kip said Trap Tuesday coming at you. So guys, yeah, remember Tuesdays are usually days with a lot of traps in the market. So you guys want to be a little careful when you're trading today. I'm probably going to be very conservative and wait for actual direction to be set before I enter any trades, because there's a lot of traps that are set on Tuesday. A lot of people call it Tuesday Trap Tuesday because that's really what happens. There's a lot of traps that get set up using technicals. So my main concern is going to be fundamentals. Once I confirm the fundamentals, then I'll look at the technicals for entries, because we don't want to get caught in these traps here. Morning, Lamar. Morning, Delmas. Let me see if there's any other questions here. Donnie said, what causes the Dow to be affected during London session since it's a US stock? It's not really a stock, Donnie, it's an index. So what happens is a lot of these companies are cross-platform. Like these companies have shares in other indexes as well. So it doesn't matter if it's like this market is still open 24 hours, Donnie. It's a future, right? So the futures are always open. It doesn't necessarily mean it's closed. It just means that the New York Stock Exchange is closed. So volatility is still lower. So it still gets affected either way. If a Boeing plane crashes at 1 a.m., the market's going to get affected, right? Like it did last year, if you guys remember that. The Boeing plane crashed like about 2 a.m. in Australia. That was like, the Aussie market or the London market. And news didn't get to the US until like way later, like it wasn't published, but people knew that it happened. So the market still gets affected, whether it's markets closed or not. The futures are still running. Futures don't close. The stock market closes, but it's not a stock. So it can still be traded over like after hours because it's a future. So that's a difference. It's not, don't get the confusion where it's just a stock and you think it's only open during US session. It's open all 24 hours. It's just, when things get affected overnight, it'll still update regardless. So other than that, the professor's asking, what is the consumer sentiment with DAX? You can check that as well here, doing the same thing. Professor, so you just Google, let's see, DAX 30. Let me see if I can type it up over here. I'll look later, Professor, or you can just search it yourself. Just Google DAX 30 IG sentiment, but market's going to open right now. So I'll look at that later. If you want to ask the question again later, I can pull it up for you, but just Google IG sentiment DAX 30 and it'll pull it up something like this. This is Wall Street. It'll say DAX 30 or JER 30, whatever it's called on here. So let me see if there's anything else here before I get started. All right, so that's it for the questions right now, guys. I'm closing the chat. I'm going to be analyzing US 30 now. So it's 6:28. We got about 2 minutes till market open. The 1 minute over here, it's currently a bearish bias. Reason for that is because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Looking over here at the 3 minute, same situation. Price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Lastly, here on the 10 minute, price is currently just going sideways right now. It came up, then it pulled back. Trend meter is still green right here. So it's indecisive with the technicals right now. For the most part, the short-term time frames, 3 minute and 1 minute are both bearish. However, the 10 minute right here it's just consolidating. It's ranging sideways right here. So when the market does open, it's going to push it either up or it's going to push it down. So right now for the 10 minute, it's indecisive. 3 minute bearish, 1 minute bearish. Looking at the 1 hour over here, it's currently bullish because it's above the pivots. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else for us to look at here. I think we're done with the technicals. So technicals currently are bearish, short term. Overall, they're indecisive because the 10 minute right here hasn't really chosen a direction. It's just going sideways. So looking over here at the futures data, it's currently bullish right now. It's up 135 points. Market's going to open in a few seconds. 30 seconds now. Once the market opens, we can look at the actual stock index right here to see where the market's pushing, and we'll confirm the direction of that. Also looking over here at retail sentiment, it's currently 67% short. So that means that majority of retail traders are short right now. So if the market spikes to the upside, that's perfectly fine because we want to trade opposite of everyone anyways. So if market goes up, fundamentals confirm a bullish bias, then we're going to take some buys. What might happen here is there might be a fake out. So this is what you guys want to be careful for. You guys want to be careful for the fake out to the downside because it's probably going to spike right back up if the fundamentals are bullish. So here's market right now. It's currently open. You can see price is starting to push to the upside, but then it's starting to come right back down. As you can see, the rejection off this huge pivot right here. I'm going to go and turn off this indicator so that we can see it better. You guys can see here, we have a huge spike right here, right? Big wick. And let's check the fundamentals to see where price is currently sitting. So let me refresh this. It's currently up 113 points. So there's really no reason for it to be dropping at all. You can see the actual stock index here is completely green. So there's no reason for it to be dropping. Obviously, there's some red stocks here. Procter & Gamble is down 3 points. IBM is down 1 point. Intel is down less than 1 point. But however, it's not enough to push it down like this, right? This is a trap. So I would not fall for this trap right here. Price is dropping super heavily. There's no reason for it to be dropping. Looking at the stock index, it's all green. So be careful, guys. Don't fall for this trap here. I'm going to let it drop a bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to catch it as it swings right back up. What might happen is it might come down here, test this Asia high, and then it might just shoot right back up. So something to keep in mind. Let me go and refresh this real quick. Save that, refresh, just make sure all the alerts are turned off. And you can see right there, it did exactly what I just mentioned, right? Came down, tested the Asia high, and shot right back up. So something that you guys want to be careful about. Let me just turn off my alerts right here. I don't know why these are even still here. Old alerts from yesterday. All right, let me turn these on right here. All right, and you can see what happened right here, right? So I drew this right here. I said price is probably going to come down, test the Asia high, and bounce right off. And that's exactly what happened. This is something that you guys want to be careful for. It might even drop lower. So it might keep dropping. It might even come down to here, test this low or this Asia New York high from yesterday, and then bounce off here. But it should be bullish. So I'm anticipating a bullish move. Obviously I just got to wait for it. But yeah, there you go. See how price is pushing up? Because that was a fake out right there. Price faked out, came down, pretty much lured in a bunch of sellers, and then it just came right back up. Because the index right here is completely green. That's why I wouldn't have taken any sells, even though it dropped like that. It's up 131 points, so it's definitely bullish. CNBC just released a news announcement right here. Dow gains more than 100 points. as strong earnings reports boost sentiment. So right here, this is probably going to set up another trap. Now that this news release was just released, I think this is going to be another trap. It's probably going to come back down, test it again, and then come right back up. So I'm not going to take a breakout. I'm going to be waiting for these scalps because the market is just moving how it's supposed to move on a Tuesday. So let me just put these requirements here. This is the 1 minute pivot scalp right there. Yeah, so we're going to skip the breakout for the day. You know, the breakout hasn't really been very smooth the past couple weeks. And the reason for that is because October is generally one of the more choppier months because people are coming back from summer break and people are hopping back into the market. So the market generally moves kind of funky in October. So just keep that in mind. If a lot of people are wondering, you know, why the market has been moving kind of weird all throughout October, this is normal. You know, we've been trading for so many years now that we've seen the same. It's seasonal, right? The market moves seasonal. The summer moves slow. Fall, winter moves a bit faster. October is usually that mid market where it shifts from summer to fall, and then that's when the market just starts to move kind of funky. It'll smoothen out though, so just keep that in mind. It's going to smoothen out. It's just it takes some time. You guys got to be patient to wait for the market to actually fully, you know, come into full swing for the fall season. So as you can see right here, price hasn't really chose its direction. It's kind of just going back and forth. And if you guys can't really see that, you know, if you zoom in a little more and you just draw a couple lines here, this is something that you can do to see it move a bit easier. I'll turn on the high-low indicator right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify the highs and the lows. So looking at this right here, there's a low. I mean, there's a high and there's a low. So if you just zoom in a little bit here, I'm going to delete this because you guys already saw my analysis off this. Price came down, tested the Asia high over here, and it bounced right back up. But if I take these off right here, and I just delete this stuff, and I just have these lines here, and I can turn these off too, you guys can see that price is kind of just going back and forth, right? It's just ranging within this area. Market opened right here at 630, came down, rejected off this point, came back up. It's probably going to reject off this point, then come back down and just range until it chooses its direction. My guess is that it's going to be bullish. And the reason for that is because the fundamentals are still very bullish right now. Looking over here at the daily average, is currently 130 points in the green. So basically, whenever it's above 100 points, that's usually an indicator that price is going to be bullish for the day. But it doesn't necessarily need to stay that way, right? Looking over here at the actual stock index, some of these stocks are turning red, but they're not very strong, right? Like half of these were all green before. Coca-Cola was green, Walgreens was green, Walt Disney was green, Boeing was green. Everything here was pretty much green. The only things that were red were like Procter & Gamble, IBM, and I think one other stock, but they're not very strong. So you can see they're not even 1 point in the green. Same with the greens over here. They're not 1 point, and they're not even 1 point in the green themselves. But overall, you know, these combined make them bullish, because if you look at the index over here, those combined are currently 100 points in the green. So you guys want to be careful here. Don't fall for these traps. You know, we're going to wait for the market to actually confirm the direction. Once it confirms its direction, we can trade in that direction. So here are the strategies that we're going to be applying on the 1 minute. The high-low strategy that hasn't been completed yet, but that's something that we're going to be looking at. Here is the strategies for the 3 minute. This is in progress. We're still testing that. That's not an official strategy that we've been using yet, but we've been forward testing it during these live sessions. And then the pivot scalp over here for the 3 minute. Here on the 10 minute, we'll be applying the snipe strategy. Let me see if there's any zones around this area. Closest zone looks like it's going to be right over here. So I'll draw that zone right there. And looking over here at the, so the daily entry actually hit full TP yesterday. So I didn't give you guys an update for that. This actually hit full TP. So what I'm going to do is I'll give you guys a little update for that right now. Now I was following it, but I forgot about it. It actually hit like later into the night. So this was a daily entry from yesterday. So I'll keep looking at this here. I'll give you guys a little update for that right here as well. So I don't know if anyone held it to full TP. I didn't hold it to full TP. I actually only caught it for a small move. That's how I made my profit yesterday, because I was hopping into that trade. And that's why it's a daily entry, because you have to hold on to it. You don't have to hold on to it all day, but technically if you hold on to it all day, it generally plays out to where it's supposed to go. So let's see, some people locked into profit already. Tuan took some sells here. He locked in a total of 4,536. Nice work, Tuan. But yeah, for the most part, this was a daily from yesterday. You can see that this is the same trade that we took as we were watching the market yesterday. You can see the updates from the day before. So these were the trades here. It pulled back a little bit, but then it finally came back up, and then it hit full TP because it's a daily entry. You're supposed to hold on to it for a full 24 hours if necessary. So this is the strategy that we'll be applying here on the daily. So I'll just mark this up right here at 6:30. Basically, we're going to be looking for the first valid signal. The first valid signal is supposed to be a buy signal. So with that said, it's going to line up with our analysis here, looking for a buy for the fundamentals. And refresh this. It's currently only up 85 points. So the bias right now is not that strong. Generally, we want it to be 100 points in the green or 100 points in the red for there to be a fundamental bias. Looking over here at the retail sentiment, it's currently 66% short. So a lot of these short traders are switching over to the long side, or they've just pulled out of the market. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to just be patient and wait for an actual direction to be confirmed before we can take the trade here. But obviously you can see right here, the same range that I drew earlier, it's still moving sideways, right? If I turn this stuff off here, this will clean it up for you. And you can see price is still moving sideways from what I drew about 8 minutes ago, right? So market open there, I drew this range, and price is literally just ranging within this area right here. And you can see price coming right back up. So this is like another trap right here. You can see price close below here. A lot of people would have hopped into the sell because price closed below this Asia high. And if you did, you would have got burned because price would have just swung right back up about 300 pips. So, you know, depending on how wide your stop loss is, you might get caught in these fake outs. So just be careful, guys. And this is why we're being patient with entering these trades, because today is Trap Tuesday and there's a lot of traps that are, you know, obviously being set. As we move lower, I'll continue moving the high lows lower and lower, or tighter if I need to. So from this point, we can, you know, tighten that gap. And then once that gap gets broken, we can start to trade in that direction. So it's all about patience today, guys. Today's not a day to be taking like some crazy risky trades, because you might get caught in some traps. You might get lucky, but you know, odds are you're probably gonna get caught in some traps. So we do have these high lows set up right here. We're gonna be following it. Once we see something good, we'll take the trade. A couple of people were asking me about these strategies here. So if you apply this strategy, this 3-minute pivot scalp, this would have been a full TP right here. However, I personally wouldn't have taken it because market opened right here. So, you know, looking at this, basically we're confirming a first valid, like basically a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here is a sell signal with a red candle within it. So it's a valid sell signal. We want to confirm prices below the K2 pivots. We enter on the open of the falling candle right here. So if you were to take this trade, and you let it run, there you go, full TP, right? So that's an example of the 3-minute strategy. Another example for the daily right here is that we're just looking for the first valid signal after 6:30, which would be right here. So if we get a buy signal, that would qualify for this strategy right here, but we're still forward testing it. So it's not necessarily an official strategy yet. It's something that one of our members brought up to us. So if you guys are brand new here, this is a new strategy that you guys need to, I would say, just be careful with, because it's not necessarily official yet with regard to the type of strategies that we've been applying. Yeah, other than that, you can see the range is getting tighter and tighter. This is cool because if that becomes the case, this is just confirming that price is setting up for a breakout, because you can see this squeeze here. If you guys draw like trend lines over here, you guys can see that price is starting to squeeze, right? And if you guys don't know what that means that price is pretty much getting tighter and tighter within this, and it'll either break out to the upside or break out to the downside. So this is cool, and this is fine that this is happening. If this continues to push tighter and tighter, then we're just going to keep moving our swings lower and lower so that this range gets smaller and smaller as it continues to push this way. And then when it finally breaks out, we can trade in that direction. I'm looking for a buy here. Reason for that is because retail sentiment is short, meaning, you know, majority of retail traders are short. Also looking at the fundamentals, futures data is currently up 89 points. It's not a lot, but it's still in the range of a bullish bias, right? The futures are up 89 points. The daily average is currently up 106 points. So with that said, I'm probably looking for a buy. So as this gets tighter and tighter, I'm going to be looking for a possible breakout to the upside so that I can hop into that trade. Also looking at the 3-minute here, the next signal is going to have to be a buy signal, right? So if the next signal is a buy signal using the daily strategy over here, we're looking for a buy. Also looking at the daily entry over here, you can see that the most recent signal was a sell signal. So the next signal is going to have to be a buy signal. So with that said, we have a bunch of confluences here, right? We're looking for a buy on the 10-minute. We're looking for a buy on the 3-minute. We're also looking for a buy on the 1-minute. Odds are it's probably going to be a buy. So, you know, you guys got to use your common sense sometimes. If everything looks like a buy, it's probably going to be a buy. However, you guys have to wait for that confirmation. You can't just enter a buy and expect it to shoot up when there's no entry yet. You have to wait for that confirmation. So that's pretty much what we're waiting for here. And it's just going to be a matter of patience, right? The market's not going to give you exactly what you want exactly when you need it. You kind of just have to wait and see what the market gives you. If the market gives you a buy, then you take the buy. If it gives you a sell, you take the sell. Currently right now, the market is, let's see, first Bitcoin future ETF rises 3%, trading debut on the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, crazy. So there's now an ETF, ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF, ticker BITO, was up 3%. Yeah, interesting. I'll have to check that out later. So the symbol for that's BITO. I'm not going to mess with our our analysis here. I'll just type it in over here, and then we can take a look later. So the market just opened. Now it came right back down. It spiked up on open, and then it just came all the way back down right there. All right, so let's see what happens here. So currently, a US 30 is still ranging. You can see it's still going sideways. But as it gets tighter, I'm going to keep tightening the range. So we'll be waiting for that confirmation. Once we get it, we can start looking for trades in that direction. Look at the daily here. It's not above 100 points, but it's close to it. Price is kind of just bouncing around. Looking over here at the actual stock index. Let me refresh this. So as you guys can see, it's pretty much flat right now, right? I mean, it's not flat, but it's like half green, half red. So right now, we just got to wait for the market to push one direction. So once it pushes one direction, we can start trading there. Looking at the futures over here, or the futures is up 122 points. Daily's only up 94 points. There's really no bias. You can see it's now at 68 points. So with that said, that's completely fine. This technically would be an entry using the high-low strategy, but I'm not going to take that trade because you can see right here that price still hasn't confirmed yet. So it broke below it right here. This technically would have been an entry using this strategy right here, but I don't want to take it because this looks like a fake out because it closed below this New York high, and you can see how it spiked back up, right? It closed below here to lure in some sellers. As soon as it came below there, it just spiked right back up. And looking at this spike up right here, it's close to like 200 pips. Our stop loss for this 1 minute would have been about 300 pips. So I'll just mark it up here so that we can follow it. However, I'm not going to take the trade like I mentioned before, and it would have hit full TP. However, it would have been a risky trade. So as you can see right here, the strategy would have hit. However, I wasn't really comfortable with it because it looked like it might have trapped us and came right back up because it came halfway to stop loss, but then it dropped all the way down to full TP. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of fake outs that are happening here. But now price is starting to push in a direction. So that's good. A good thing is that it's pushing this direction. You can see that the strategy still works no matter if the market is moving kind of crazy. However, if you guys are familiar with how I trade, I'm a conservative trader. So I'm not going to take this trade here, even though I saw it come up. You guys saw that I analyzed it. I said, I'm probably not going to take this because it's probably going to be a fake out, but it did play out how it's supposed to. So just keep that in mind, guys. There's a lot of different scenarios that can play out here. Obviously, I'm not going to give you guys any shitty trades. So I'm only going to tell you guys trades when I think that they're absolutely certain, because I don't like to lose trades. So even though this was a win here, I would have been worried that I would have lost, and that's why I didn't take a trade. So it's all about patience, guys. I mean, some of you guys can take these trades here if you want. However, you don't really need to, you don't need to, right? You don't need to trade every single day. You don't have to trade every single trade that you see. If you're not comfortable with it, then just wait for the next one, because there's going to be 100 trades out there. There's going to be a bunch of trades. It's not just going to be one for the entire day. When we're scalping, there's like hundreds of trades that come up. So it's just all about waiting for the one that you feel comfortable with and taking it with full confidence. So other than that, let's see. All right. B said a lot of restricted news today on the FTMO site. So let me check the news real quick, guys. I guess there's a lot of restricted news today. I didn't even realize that there was a restricted news. There is building permits and housing starts at 5:30. There is a CB leading index at 7:30. 8 o'clock, Fed member daily speak. So I didn't realize the Fed was speaking today. There's a lot of Fed news today. So guys, you guys got to be careful if you guys decide to trade after hours or after I get off the live session, because there's a lot of Fed members speaking all morning. So once I get off this live session at 8, I'm probably not going to be trading anymore because the Fed is speaking all morning. We have Fed member Daly, Fed member Bowman, federal budget balance, Fed member Bostic, and Fed member Waller speaking all day today. So it's going to be a risky time to trade after 8 o'clock. You can see right here, this is want to enter that trade, right? Say if you got greedy, you didn't want to pull out and profit right here because you thought it was going to keep dropping. If you didn't pull out and profit right here, you would have gotten burnt, right? Because even though it passed right through your TP, if you got greedy and you're like, oh, price is going to keep dropping, a total fake out just happened right here. So whoever tried to chase this move here and entered late, price just reversed completely. So that's exactly why I didn't want to take the trade, because I knew something like this was going to happen. This usually happens on a Tuesday. So just looking at current price right here, hopefully whoever caught it, you pulled out and profit. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this session, today's not the day to be greedy. When you hit your TP, you got to pull out and then just wait for the next trade. Because if you keep holding on to these trades here, you're going to get caught in a lot of these fake outs that are predetermined, right? We already know that these fake outs are going to happen. So the main key here is not to get greedy and to pull out when you need to. So looking at Eric over here, so Eric hit all of his TPs right here. He's in profit, 1,000, 2,000, about 3,000 right here. So nice work, Eric. So he took the sell that we marked up right there. And as you guys can see, if you guys know these strategies and you guys have the K2 indicators, you guys can do this all on your own. So Eric took the sell. He's up about 3,000 for the day. Nice work, Eric. He said, sell's working good for me. Definitely great work. Cheryl over here as well. Cheryl took a couple trades. She's currently up 1,400 for the day. Nice work, Cheryl. Vincent over here too. So Vincent took, what happened here? Yeah, so Vincent, this is what I just mentioned, right? Vincent here didn't pull out when he was supposed to. He got caught in the fake out. So, you guys got to pay attention. You guys got to be quick. You guys have to be, taking these trades when you see them. Like when they give you that confirmation that the trade hits, you have to pull out. You can't get greedy and hold on to it. And as you can see, price came right back down. So Vincent, if you held on to this trade, you would have been back in profit. How hard did it push up? Let's see. Yeah, so if your stop loss is 300 pips, it literally would have triggered your stop loss and then came right back down. So, I just got to keep reminding you guys, don't get greedy today. If it hits your TP, you got to pull out. You can't just be holding on to it, praying that it's going to keep dropping, because it's probably not going to keep dropping. It's probably going to fake you out, and then it's going to come right back up, stop you out, and then drop right back into profit. So if you held on to that trade, Vincent, you would have made double profit off that, because you would have hit TP here. And then if you just held on to it and came right back down, you would have hit TP again right there. So, this is a clear example why you guys should not be holding on to trades longer than you're supposed to. There's a reason why we have our TP stop loss set up there. It's a fixed TP stop loss. It doesn't change. You're supposed to be pulling out with profit, but I mean, it's all right, Vincent. You made a little mistake there, but it's okay. You're going to bounce back from it. Everyone else here is doing well. Eric's all profit there. Cheryl's all profit there. Roman here as well. Roman has all wins, no losses this morning. He took the sell there as well. So you can see Roman here took the sell. He made 106 off that trade. Total of 2017. So this is what I mean, guys. You guys have to have discipline to follow the rules and pull out of the trades when you're supposed to. So Roman said Asian London trades may just go to sleep. Market seems awful. I agree, Roman. So Roman has all wins, no losses this morning. So great work, Roman. If you need to take, if you don't want to trade anymore, then that's completely fine. Today, there's going to be a lot of traps being set up. So if you guys do decide to take a trade, make sure to pull out when you hit your TP. Don't get greedy. Don't try holding on to it longer than you're supposed to. All right, let me see if there's anything else here. So I don't think there's any news coming up until 7:30, which is Aussie news, which is not really going to affect us that much, I don't think. The main news event that's coming up is at 8 o'clock. It's Fed member daily who's going to be speaking. So hopefully we can catch some scalps here as we continue to watch these. However, it's going to be a bit risky with regard to what we decide to take. But if you guys do take a trade, always remember to close it out when you need to, or set a TP. So no entries here off the 10-minute. There's nothing off the daily. There's nothing off the snipe. There's nothing off the 3-minute. And there's nothing off the 1-minute here either. The only trade that we saw here was that 1-minute sell scalp that hit TP. But that's already over with. So we'll see if there's anything else here. Let's see. Move this over here. Oh, here's Jez. Sorry, I think Jez was trying to set his profit. So Jez, he had two small losses right here for 300. He had one full win here for 600. So he covered that loss right there. Another loss there for 300, a full win for 477. So Jez looks like he's in profit a little over 1,000 or 2,000 right now. So Jez had a couple losses here, but everything else hit TP. So he's obviously in profit. He has a loss of about 300, 300, 300, but all these wins here are way bigger. Set 600, 400, another 400, another 400, and another 357. So definitely great work right there, Jez. So, it's all about being consistent and disciplined when these trades appear. All right, great work, guys. So let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Lamar said pull-out game strong, right? So guys, I'm not answering any questions in the chat right now. I'll be looking at those after, so just be patient with it. We're still looking for trades here. That's why I don't want to be distracted answering questions while we're looking for trades. But if I do have some free time, I'll answer the question. Otherwise, once I'm done trading myself, then we'll go straight into the questions. So looking over here, let me refresh the daily average. The daily is currently 77 points. Looking at the futures data, currently up 89 points, about 101. Looking at retail sentiment, currently short 66%. So a lot of people aren't entering the market right now. Seems like everyone this morning who was already in the market are just sitting, right? They're just waiting. They're doing exactly what we're doing because this number hasn't changed at all. During New York session, this number should be fluctuating a lot more. It was at 67% on market open. It's still at 66%. So as you guys can see, a lot of people are not really playing in the market right now. They're just waiting because the thing is, if a lot of people start entering sells, this number is going to increase. Vice versa, if a lot of people start entering buys, this number is going to decrease. So this is a key tool to be using when you want to see when people are entering the market and what positions they're entering, whether it's a buy or a sell, because you want to be trading, the opposite of everybody. So yeah, I mean, that's that. We're pretty much still waiting here. This might be the low. If this is the low and it shoots up, then prices are probably gonna keep pushing up higher. Also, because the Fed is speaking later. So the Fed's speaking at 8 o'clock. Well, they're speaking all morning. Generally, when this happens, I mean, it's going to be mixed with like the federal budget balance. Usually when the Fed speaks, it's usually good because they talk about the economy. And obviously the Fed wants to say good things about the economy so that people have morale within, the US dollar. So we'll see what happens. I think here's my prediction. My prediction is that price is probably going to keep ranging sideways. And then once the Fed starts speaking mid-market, like probably around like 8 or 10, somewhere around that time. So I'll just mark it up right here from like 8 to 10. This is when price will start to push up higher because this is when they start speaking. So something to keep in mind. You guys just have to be aware of what's going on in the world. A lot of people don't pay attention to fundamentals, but the fundamentals are really what's key. That's like number one for me always. It's always going to be fundamentals. Technicals are going to be last for me because technicals always have these tricks where they try to fake people out. And as you can see right now, price is now back into a range. It's just going back and forth within these two lines right here. So we're just waiting, pretty much just waiting for an entry to come up. I'm hoping to catch at least one trade today, even with all of this news. But if we don't get anything by 8, then obviously I'm probably not going to take anything because I'm not going to be trading when the Fed speaks. It's never played out well. If you guys have ever traded during news, during the Fed, during Biden, during anybody who speaks, Yellen, Powell, whenever they speak, price just goes crazy and it usually never goes in your direction. So just, something to be careful of and to be aware of if you guys decide to trade after 8 o'clock today. And it's Tuesday, so another reason not to trade. All right, we're looking for some entries here. There just hasn't been any entries. The last entry here for the pivot scalp would have been right here as well. So another, example of like if you guys were to apply this strategy here for whoever's new. If you guys are new here and you guys are not familiar with the pivot scalp strategy, basically you're just waiting for a valid signal to close below or above the pivots, right? So like, for example, here, if you were to take any sells here, you can see how we have sell signals below these pivots. These two lines here are pivots. So looking at this over here, if you saw that right there, you could have taken this for a sell. And if you let that run, it would have hit your TP right there, right? So to hit your TP right there, again, right here, another sell signal below the pivots. If you took that trade again there, that would hit your TP again right there. So that's like 2 back-to-back wins. Again, right here, another sell signal below pivots if you took that trade right there. And this is a trade that a lot of people are taking, another full TP. So if you took all those 3 trades, three back-to-back wins right there, again, right here, I probably wouldn't have taken this because this is when the market opened. But if you were to take that trade right there, another full TP. So as you guys can see, if you apply that strategy all throughout the morning, they all would have hit full TP right there. Straight wins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pretty much 5 wins back to back right here on the 1 minute. Same with the 3 minute over here. This would have hit full TP. This would have been a win. But yeah, that's just an example for you guys here who are like new and not familiar with the strategies, but we're basically looking for one of these entries here. This is the one that applied down here, and this is the one that we're currently looking at right now because if we get a sell signal, it's going to close below the pivots. So that's going to be a valid entry for a sell, and then vice versa. If price breaks and closes past these high lows, then this it qualifies an entry for this strategy here. So a couple different things to look at. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. If this closes above here, this would be another entry using this strategy right here. But like I mentioned, something to be careful of. Let me look at the fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals are currently 84 points in the green. Looking at the future data, currently at 44 points in the green. So it's not very strong anymore. Before, a lot of the stocks were like very green. Now looking at this here, they're kind of just halved out. I mean, it's mostly green still, but it's not really that strong anymore. And generally, you want the daily to be above 100 points anyways. Right now, it's only above 84 points. So it's not necessarily, it's not a strong bias for a buy. And this market kind of sucks. It's just going sideways. It's not really moving at all now. But the range is getting smaller and smaller. So as the range gets tighter and tighter, it's just going to be preparing for another breakout, like I mentioned earlier. The same thing that happened right here, right? When price finally broke below here, it just spiked below. So same situation when we had these lines drawn up over here. When you had these lines drawn up over here, as soon as price broke below, right there, that's where that spike came, right down there. So that's basically what we're looking for here, guys. We're looking for the same thing. I have the high and low marked up right here. And when price finally breaks below it, then that might be our entry point. If we get a sell signal right here, I probably would not take it because, like I mentioned, it's right next to the New York high right here. These lines here are the session high low. So this is the Asia high and this is the New York high. Generally, when price reaches this point, it'll do one of two things. It'll either reject off it and bounce off really hard, kind of like what's happening right there, or it'll break below and continue pushing lower. So something to to just be careful of. There's a lot of different factors, right? So there's a lot of different confluences here that I use. They're not all necessary, but they all play their purpose. And this is why we have such a high win rate at K2, because I'm very careful about the trades that I take. I use a bunch of different confluences to confirm these moves before I decide to take them. So if we get the sell signal right here, the only time I would think about maybe taking it is if it closes below this line here, because I don't want it to bounce off and then reverse, completely in the opposite direction. That's exactly what's happening right here. You can see price came down. It tested this New York high right here. As soon as it tested it, it spiked right back up. And that's why I use all of these K2 indicators, because these confluences help a lot when avoiding trades. Because the main thing here, guys, that I always try to explain to people is your main goal isn't to win trades, because we know how to win trades. Obviously, we win trades. Your main goal here is to not lose trades. If you don't lose trades and you keep winning trades back to back to back, those profits are going to add up, just like Roman over here, right? So Roman over here, he sends me his trades like every day. This dude barely loses, right? 2,000 on this day, 2,000 on this day, no losses. If you guys can trade like Roman and not lose, like you can see his profits every single day, right? He doesn't have very many losses. If you can trade like him and not lose very much, all blue here, your profits are just going to add up. He makes like 2,000 a day trading, a couple of trades and just not losing. So guys, this right here would actually be a valid buy if you wanted to apply this strategy, but this candle here is too big. So here's another confluence that I use. We have an entry here. However, when this candle is so big like this, let's see, it's like almost it's over a 400 pip candle. So 400 pips right here. Generally, when the candle pushes up like this, it's going to have to retrace back a little bit before it shoots up. So what I'm probably going to look for here is I'm going to look for the retracement, and I'm going to catch it as it swings back up. But I'm not necessarily going to enter right away. Something to be careful of. Adjustments here. Yeah, so technically this would have been a buy entry using this strategy. However, like I mentioned, I would be waiting for it to pull back and then maybe catch it as it swings back up as it goes in the direction that it's supposed to go. So I'll be watching it. I don't think I'm going to enter it right away. What I might do is I might set a buy stop here and just catch it as it swings up. So when it pushes up here, it's going to automatically trigger my order, and then it's just going to push up higher from there. But I'm not going to enter like automatically right now. Let's see. Just waiting for it to swing up. I'm actually waiting for it to come down and test this right here, because it's probably going to test it and it's going to bounce back up. Let's see. There goes the test. And I just need the confirmation of it to swing back up. If it swings back up, I'll take it. I'm not going to enter it from down here because it's just too risky to enter a trade from down here. So I'm literally just waiting for it to swing back up. Let's see. Still watching it. Here, I'll just mark this up here so I don't have to keep staring at it. Yeah, but I'm still not in the trade, guys. I'm just watching it right now. Let's see. 1 minute, high low. See if it bounces around. Let me check the 3 minute. Let me see if there is an entry here. So there's no entry available here yet. Looking at the daily, nothing there yet either. Let's look at the fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals are very bullish right now. So let's see what's going on over here with this. Yeah, so the fundamentals are bullish. Looking at the futures data, currently bullish as well. Oh, I just hit CP. Oh, it filled my order too. Okay, I actually took the trade because I had that buy stop that I was just talking about. So it just automatically filled it, and then it hit my TP already actually. So I made a profit of 1,665 off that trade, full TP off this. So whoever caught it with me, no, congrats. If you didn't, it's okay. Like I mentioned, it is a risky trade. I accidentally put 15 lots, so I made more profit on it than I normally do. So it worked out perfectly, right? No stress there. I just waited for it because it did exactly what I anticipated. I knew it was going to come down, so I just waited. I put a buy stop right here. When it pushed above, it pushed through it, and then it hit my TP without me worrying about anything. And sometimes that's the key, guys. Sometimes it's the key of just waiting, being patient, and then just entering the trade or setting a pending order so that it triggers. And like me, I didn't realize I was in the trade because it just pushed up so high so quickly. So that was using this high-low strategy right here. I'll send my profits as well to show you guys what I took off that and how much profit I made off it. I was adjusting my TP stop loss here, so I actually took a bigger lot than I normally do. I usually take a 10 lot, but I took a 15 off that because I'm using the automatic TP stop loss thing. So let's see. Let's fix this. All right. So there goes the trade right there. And then here's my profit. Just to, be 100% transparent with you guys, like whenever I say I'm going to put a trade there, I do put my pending trade there. And that's exactly what I got. So right there, that one. And it's on both my accounts. So my copier did actually catch it too. So as you can see right here, this right here, I locked in 1,665. You can see the green line right here because it hit my TP. It literally triggered my order, went up, hit my TP, and pulled me out. And here's my copier too. So I made profit on both accounts. My copier here copied it. You can see no green line there because this is account that copies this account's trades. And I'm in profit a total of about, I don't know, how much is that? 1,665 times 2. I'm in profit about 3,330 off just that one trade. So as you guys can see, if you guys are patient, you guys wait for the entries to come, it'll come to you. You just got to be patient. Nice. Profits. Off that K2, I will Scalp. All right, guys, nice work. And then I'll look at everyone's profits right now as well, because a lot of you guys did take the trade with me. So great work right there. Looking at this, Angela took it as well. She took GJ actually. So she's trading GJ. She locked in a total of 1,862. Nice work, Angela. Looking over here, Roman actually took it too. So Roman said he was almost done with it, but he hopped into the trade down here. So he locked in 351. He took a couple actually. He took 2. So a total of about 600 off that. He's now in profit 2,736 for the day. Nice work, Roman. And he said he's done for the day. So it's really key. If you guys are really patient, you guys wait for these trades to come, you can do pretty well. RJ over here as well. He's up 2,880. Nice work, RJ. Congrats to you. If you guys have more profit to send over, just send them over and then I'll add them to the list. Other than that, let me see if I got anything over here. We got S over here. So Jared over here actually took the trade as well. He has the buys right here, locked on a total of 691. So not everyone took the trade, but whoever did catch with me, definitely great work. This is why it's important that you guys understand the strategies so that you guys don't miss these trades here. Essa here as well, locked in a total of 30, 50, about a little over 100 right here. Total for the day. Nice work, Essa. All right, definitely. So yeah, that's the trade right there. That's the buy I took, and those are the profits I made off that trade. So it's really important that you guys understand what we're doing so that you guys don't miss moves like this. If you guys are new here, it's fine, right? You guys are still learning. But over time, you guys will pick up on these strategies that we're applying, and you guys will hop into these trades when you see them, just like I did there. So great work, guys, for whoever caught that with me. Looks like a lot of you guys did. So that's I'm glad to see that, because I know it's been a kind of a boring trading day today with us being really conservative and patient. But if you guys are just waiting for it, those good trades are going to come up. You just got to be prepared to hop into them when they do appear. Looking at the 3-minute here, there's no entry, or technically this would have been the 3-minute entry as well. I didn't enter this trade, so I'm not in it. But I'll be following it with you guys for whoever is in this trade. And this is applying the not the pivot scalp, but applying this strategy here that we've been forward testing. So I'm not sure whoever's in this trade or who caught it, but it's currently running in profit right now. So this is going to be the 3-minute daily full TP 500. And I'm probably going to mark up the midway mark too, so that you guys know when to move your stop loss in profit. So when price reaches the midway mark right here, you should definitely move your stop loss in profit, because today's Trap Tuesday, so you want to be careful. TP1 250. Okay, so it actually already hit TP1. So if you guys are in this trade, I didn't take the trade because I missed it, but if you guys are in this trade, I do recommend that you guys move your stop loss in profit, because you don't know when it's going to come right back down. Last thing you want to do is be in profit 250 pips, and then all of a sudden it just reverses on you, right? And then you're still in the trade and you're mad because you didn't close out of it. So you want to make sure that you move your stop loss in profit so that you guarantee profits here. It's okay if you get stopped out early. Today's not the day to be taking any crazy risks, right? You got to be conservative. You have to understand how the market's moving. Today's Trap Tuesday, so don't get caught in those moves, and guarantee your profits whenever you can. So good move off the 3-minute right there. The 10-minute, if this closes right here, then obviously I'll probably take this as well, using the daily strategy. However, the 3-minute, it's just too late for me to enter that trade because it's already halfway in profit. I'm not going to enter this and then risk being in drawdown X amount of pips if it ends up pulling back to some extent, which is might happen. So yeah, something to just be aware of. Be careful. Let me see if there's anything else here. Patricia too. So Patricia here, she took a couple trades. She's in profit, a total of 1,160 for the day. Nice work, Patricia. Nice. So Chris over here too. Chris said, thanks for everything, Shawn. Live session has been really helpful. Notice that price, we're consolidating between 35,300 and 35,070. So he used the high-low strategy to set a buy and sell stops to trap the whipsaws. Did the job for me today. So Chris over here took the trades as well, locked in a total of 1,000, looks like close to 2,000 for the day. So nice work, Chris. And it's key, guys, right? If you guys are here on the live sessions every day, you guys are going to learn, you guys are going to pick up stuff that we're doing, and you guys are going to be able to lock in some pretty guaranteed profits for the most part. Rick as well. Rick's currently in profit 1,194. Nice work, Rick. Owen over here as well. Owen's currently up 3,284. Great work, Owen. And then Owen's personal account over here, his other account, he's up 147. So Owen has two accounts here. Looks like a smaller FTMO account and then his bigger FTMO account right here, where he has two different profits, 3,284, and then his other account 147. Great work. Other than that, Maddie over here, he's up 1K for the day. So Maddie's been taking a lot of smaller trades, but he's been minimizing his risk, right? He had a small couple losses here. Looks like they might have been some accidents because they're only $9 compared to his $200, $100 wins. So, and this is only a penny. So looks like Maddie, he kind of just probably made some accidents here, but for the most part, he's up over 1K for the day. So great work right there, Maddie. Badaddy over here locked in a total of 163. Nice work, Badad. Yeah, so he's in profit right there. He has one loss right there. Looks like that might have been an accidental loss as well. He might have entered too early or pulled out too late, but overall he's in profit 163. So great work right there, Badad. All right, other than that, let me see if I can, I'm just going to send these over to the other groups over here as well. Looks like we're good for the most part. All right, looks good. Yeah, Patricia up 1,160. If you guys have more profits, just send them over and I'll add them to the list. I don't see anything else over here. All right, so it looks good. And this is exactly why I didn't enter that 3-minute, right? Because this is what I just anticipated. I told you guys that price is probably going to come back down and retest down this area. And if I entered up here, I would have been in some massive drawdown and I would have been upset that I entered at that bad time. So we'll keep watching for entries here. However, for the most part, we're just going to be waiting. So no entries for any of these strategies here. Looks like the low might have been established a little higher over here. Yeah, I mean, we're just waiting at this point, waiting for any of these entries to appear over here. All right, so it's 7:15 right now, actually. You guys got to remember that the Fed is speaking at 8 o'clock. So if I don't see any trades by 7:30, then I'm probably going to be done trading myself and I'll just be answering questions. So let me just check the chat to see if I missed anything over here as we continue. So it looks good for the most part. Everyone's doing pretty good today though. So I'm glad to see a lot of us still doing really well with their profits for the day, even during Trap Tuesday. Nice. So CERN over here just got his verification account. Congrats, CERN. So CERN pretty much, he passed his FTMO in 6 days. You guys can see all of CERN's trades right here. Every day he gives me an update of how much profit he's made. He's made 3,000 euros right there. He's made 1,700 euros there, 3,000 euros right there, 2,500 euros right there. And this is all within a week. You can see all of his days. He has 100% win rate with us here, trading with K2, right? So CERN just received his verification account. He's going to, do the same thing he did during his challenge. And now for today, so another day of profit for CERN on the 19th. He's in profit, 545 euros. Congrats to you, CERN. And just keep pushing it, bro. Don't over leverage, don't over risk. Just make sure that you are consistent with your trades, like you've been, like with your challenge, and you should be funded within the next couple of days. Like, should be no problem. So big congrats to you, CERN. You're gonna get funded soon. It's about time, right? It's about time to get it all going. Lisa over here just sent her profits. She still has 600 in profit running right now. She might be running the 3-minute strategy over here. She might be running that 3-minute strategy. Lisa over here, she locked in a total of 1,377. Nice work, Lisa. And she just upgraded to the strategies too. So she's actually applying the strategies on her own, it seems like, or she has all the indicators on her chart. So she's able to follow along. So definitely great work right there, Lisa. Yeah, let's keep it going. Hopefully you get the full TP, or, like I mentioned, you should probably move your stop loss in profit for this 3 minute, because if it does reverse on you, it's completely fine, because we'll look for other entries. Like I mentioned, you don't know when the reversals are going to happen, because today there's going to be a lot of traps. But if you get closed out in profit, it's cool, because you still made profit and you'll just move on to the next trade. Or you can always re-enter at some point in the future, right? Because this thing's probably going to swing back. If it swings below, you can probably just re-enter at the break-even point and then just catch some more profits off that. The main key here is just consistency. It's all about consistency. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that we're missing. But yeah, no, definitely glad to see everyone here profiting. Saren said, "Nah, bro, it's boring waiting for the trading day limit." Yeah, so Saren over here, he's literally trading slow so that he can, reach the trading day limit, because every day he's profitable. Obviously, you can see right here. But it really is, that's the worst part, right, Saren? Because like the thing is, he messaged me here on the 12th. He passed his challenge, but he passed in 6 days, so he had to wait another 4 days to get his new account. So yeah, I mean, key thing is, just passing, bro. Once you pass, that's all that really matters, because you don't have to take any crazy risks anymore at that point. Let me check the fundamentals real quick. Let's see. So the fundamentals are currently up 136 points right now. Okay, so this is going to be key right now, guys. Congress is currently holding a hearing on the Treasury Department's sanctions policy. So this is going to affect the market, because this is dealing with the U.S. Treasury, and obviously the U.S. Treasury directly affects US 30, right? Because it's affecting the US dollar directly. So I'm probably not going to be trading anymore for a while, probably not for the rest of the session. So I'll open up the chat right now. If you guys have questions, drop your questions in the chat, and then we can answer, or I can answer all of your questions here. I'm probably not going to trade right now, because the Treasury is speaking. If they say something that's going to affect the market, you're going to see some, unusual spikes in price. I'll keep looking at trades. However, for me personally, I'm not going to take trades. So if you guys do want to trade, remember, it's going to be at your own risk, right? You guys got to be careful. There's a 1 minute scalp right here that's pending. It hasn't closed, so there's no entry off that right there. So what I'm going to do for the rest of the session, guys, is I will continue to look for trades. However, I'm not going to be taking any more trades on my own account, because there's just too much going on, right? If the Fed's speaking right now, or the Treasury is speaking, this is going to be very dangerous for you guys to be trading anything US related, because I don't even know what we're talking about right now, but they're talking about the sanctions policy. As little as it might seem that it might affect the market, they might say something that will affect it, and then it'll just spike price either really high or it'll spike it really low, depending on like what their sanctions are and whatnot. So this is going to be key to be aware of. Like, I don't know what they're talking about because it's muted, but even after he's done speaking, we have the Fed speaking right after. So he's speaking right now, the Treasury. At 8 o'clock, we have Fed member Daly speaking. At 10:15, we have Fed member Bowman speaking. At 11:50, we had Fed member Bostic speaking. At 12 o'clock, we have Fed member Waller speaking. So there's people speaking all day today, and these are all people within the Fed, which deals with the U.S. economy directly. So you guys want to be very careful. If you guys want to continue trading, it's completely fine. Just use a smaller lot size, or always make sure to pull out of your positions when necessary. Like I mentioned in the beginning, it's not a day to be risky, but not a day to be taking a lot of greedy trades, right? You want to be very careful today. So I'll be answering questions. Let me just pull up the chat real quick and see what I'm missing over here. So let me scroll over here real quick, and let me just see what I'm missing. So let me just scroll up real quick. All right, so Henry said on yesterday's trading view snapshot on Telegram TP 1,500 TP is going to be full TP, Henry. So looking at this right here, this is going to be a fixed TP of 1,500 pips. But if you remember from the snapshot, I have it lined up where, or if you want to go back and watch the live session, Henry, we have 3 different TPs for the daily strategy here. The reason for that is because it's such a big move. Our normal moves are about 100 to 500 pips. This is 1,500 pip move. So you have to have multiple TPs to be able to protect your position for when it moves around. Some people let it run to full TP, some people don't. It just depends on you as a person of how you want to trade it, right? How your risk applies. Generally, our TP1 is going to be a third of the way up, which is going to be about 370 pips. Our TP2 is going to be 750 pips right here. And then our full TP is going to be 1,500. So depending on how you want to trade, if you're taking a smaller lot size, like some people do, they take a smaller lot size and they catch the entire move. Some people take a bigger lot size, they go for TP1, they let it pull back, they re-enter, they pull back to TP2, and they just keep stacking on the positions that way. So there's different ways to do it, but the full TP move is going to be 1,500 pips. This is the markup right here. And if you want to go and watch how I marked it up live on the chart, just pull up the live session from yesterday, Henry, and then you'll see where they marked up. But TP1 is going to be 370 pips around this area. TP2 is going to be 750 pips right here. And the full TP is going to be 1,500. That's going to be the full move. Other than that, let me scroll over here real quick and see what else I'm missing. IQ is asking, how can I learn your full course? You can learn it on the website, guys. So I'll put the website right here on the web. There you go. So there's a website right there. If you guys want to sign up to learn the strategies that we're applying here, pretty much the strategies that everyone here is killing it with. Like even Chris over here, he just took a smooth win right here for GJ, 437 pips. 437 in profit. Lisa here, she signed up to the course. She got the indicators. If you guys want access to it, just go on the website, k2trades.com right here. Click on K2 Trade Strategies, and then you'll have access to all the strategies and all the indicators here that we've been applying. So, there's no pressure. It's up to you if you guys want to learn. If not, that's cool too. We're going to keep profiting regardless. But if you guys want to join the team and, trade with us, how we trade every single day, it's available to you. So let me scroll down a little lower and see what else I'm missing here. Madhu is asking, my session's high-low looks different than yours. Do you know why is that? So Madhu, let me see if your the settings were adjusted. Let's see. So the settings were adjusted right here. Let me see if I can find it over here, and then I'll just repost it. Because what happened was, okay, here it is. What happened was TradingView updated their system, and then it just defaulted the times to New York time. So here, I'll just repost it right here. And then I'll try to tag you. I don't know what your username is on here. Let me see if I can find you on here. Let's see if I can get the update. Okay. So Matt, you go on the Telegram, and then you'll see all of the. Oh, there you go. Okay, there you go. So you saw it. Yeah. So these are the updated settings. I mean, it's going to depend on your session, on your time zone, but it's going to be based off. Let me see if I can find the thing here too, because I did send it to someone. Okay, I think I sent it to you, right, Rav? Or I can't remember. Let me. Yeah, if you just Google like what the sessions are, you can figure it out on there. But those are the sessions for me because I'm in Pacific time. I'm trying to figure out a way to have it all synchronized so that it's all like, you guys have all the same settings, but everyone's located on different time zones. So like for me, I'm Pacific time. These are me for Pacific. You might have to adjust them to your specific time zone. But if you just Google like, I don't know, what is it? FOREX or FOREX time zones or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. FOREX trading sessions. I think it was like this right here. Yeah, so you could use this website right here to, oops, I'll go back over here. Let me just message this. So if you guys want to check the time sessions, they have it here set to, you scroll down, yeah, it'll have the UTC time right here. So you can just base that off your time, or you can base it off the Eastern time as well. Just change the settings there to have it set to where it's like your time, and then it should line up perfectly. So hopefully that helps, guys. I know, sorry for the confusion, but whenever the system gets updated, sometimes things get changed out. However, it's hard to really tell where it's pushing from. So Yeah, try to figure it out. If not, then just let me know, guys, and I'll probably take a screenshot of my own screen so that you guys can see exactly what the lines are, see if they line up with yours. Because I know it's going to be a little bit confusing, but there's a way to figure it out as long as you have the time zones properly aligned with. All right, anyways, back to the questions here. Let me see if I missed anything else as I continue. CJ said, when the day comes that we are trading near all-time high, if retail sentiment is short, what would you do since you were wanting to be against retail sentiment? Yeah, so if retail sentiment is short, because you know what happens a lot of times, CJ, and I'm sure you've seen it, a lot of people have seen it, it'll reach an all-time high and people try to catch where it rejects back down, right? And what happens is it never comes back down, it just keeps pushing up higher and higher. That actually was something that we did a while back. So like, let me go over here real quick. So I think it was like, I don't know if it was in October, but you know, let me just scroll back a little bit. But there was a time where it was at an all-time high and people kept selling. And it was funny because we kept buying and people kept getting screwed over because it just kept going higher and higher. I forgot when it was. It was like in the summer. It was like, I think it was like right over, I know it was when the summer happened. Okay, so like the all-time high was like, or it might have been in the spring. Yeah, I think it was right here. So this was like, it was like really funny because people kept selling and what happened was we just kept buying. So it was like around this area. I think the all-time high was already broke. And it was something like this right here, I think. This is where it happened. So if I don't know, I don't think you were around back then, CJ, but it was like sometime in the spring, like in May, like where price broke the all-time high right here. And then what happened was retail sentiment was super short. It was like 80% short because people kept thinking it was going to drop, right? So whenever price broke above it, we just kept buying. So we bought, we just kept going higher and higher and higher. And you can see like for the entire month of May, we just kept trading to the upside because retail sentiment was so high. And then as soon as retail sentiment started shifting to the upside, we started selling because it came right back down. So if you know, I base a lot of things off that. Like if the retail sentiment is so strong in one direction, then I'm going to keep trading opposite of them. It doesn't matter if it's at an all-time high or if it's at a very low. If there's a lot of people in one direction, odds are price is going to keep pushing up higher and higher. And I'm not sure if you were around during that time, but we made a lot of profit during that whole month because while everyone was selling or everyone was scared, you know, going the opposite direction, we just kept trading with the direction, even though we really weren't sure either, but we just kept going against the you know, what everyone else was doing, and it still worked out perfectly for us. So I'm not sure how long you've been around, but if you were around back then, we actually did this last year too, during COVID. During COVID, people kept buying because they were trying to buy the dip when the market kept dropping, but the retail sentiment was so short that we just kept, I don't know, retail sentiment was so long that we just kept selling. We just made a lot of money we made a lot of profit last year during COVID, and then we made a lot of profit this year when it started to recover because we just keep doing the opposite of everyone else, right? That's key. And most of the time it does work. So let me just scroll down a little lower. Girish is asking, is the trend meter only on the 3-minute chart? So Girish, if you're scalping with us, so basically if you're using the gold trade that I marked up like a while back in October or early October, hit full TP right here. So basically if you're trading intraday, Girish, then you'll use the intraday settings. The intraday settings for the trend meter are going to be the default settings. So if you have this trading default, just go to, you know, reset settings, and it'll go to the default settings right there, which are 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. If you're scalping with us, we have these set to same as chart. So right here, the default is going to be, you know, the intraday settings. But for us, since we're only trading on a specific time frame, we change it to same as chart. So if you're scalping, just change it to same as chart, and then it'll look exactly like mine here. Looking over here at the 3 minutes, the same thing. We have it set to same as chart. So that's what you would change it to. And guys, you know, going back to US 30 over here on the 3-minute, this is exactly why I was telling you guys not to enter when it was at this high, because price was going to come right back down, which it did right here. This doesn't necessarily mean that price is going to not come back up, because it probably is going to come back up when the Fed starts speaking at 8 o'clock. But right now the Treasury is speaking. So the US Treasury is currently speaking against the monetary sanctions or whatever. And that's what's causing price to kind of just go back and forth, right? There's no direction that's been set right now. But when the Fed speaks at 8 o'clock, price might just start to push up and spike up to the TP. So this is why I always recommend that you move your stop loss in profit, or if you're trying to enter later, just wait for it to come back below, and then just do what I did earlier with the 1 minute, right? Have a buy stop there. When it pushes up to this area, it'll automatically fill your order, and then it'll just shoot straight up. So you're just basically catching the momentum as it swings back up. But like I just mentioned now, guys, I don't necessarily think it's going to come down very far. It's just there's a lot of things going on in the market that's affecting it. So I like trading when there's nothing going on in the market. When the market's moving smooth, I'm all for it. I'm going to enter these trades and I'm just going to make profit all day. However, when the news is going on or there's some sort of announcement going on, that causes inconsistencies in the market, right? Because there's going to be a lot of manipulation going on with regard to whatever is being said during those announcements. So definitely something to keep in mind. I got to sneeze 1 second. I'm all right. I get these allergies. It's so cold here now in California. I'm not used to the cold, so I get these weird allergies. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. See what else did I miss? Jared, we don't use moving averages, so we don't have moving averages settings. These are K2 pivots. Henry, let me scroll down a little farther. Girish, can you explain the high-low strategy again? So Girish, this strategy is not official yet, so I'm not going to explain it to you guys until it's official. If you want to go and watch the strategy explained in detail, Girish, go and watch the previous live session. So there's new requirements that are being introduced almost like whenever we see something new here. Like before, these 4 and 5 requirements weren't here. But if you want to go back to see, the rough strategy of like when we first came up with it, you can go over here to the YouTube channel, go to videos, and then just go to the previous mentoring session. So if you want to see where I kind of went over the strategy, just go over to the ones that have the green background. If it says K2 group mentoring session, click on that. There's a lot of them here. There's not just that one. So go back and then, sorry, it's not loading. But if you go back to here, Girish, you'll see that it's, okay, yeah. So if you go back here, there's more here. I don't know why it's not loading. There we go. If you go here, you'll see all the ones with the green background that say mentoring session. Just click on these, and then you'll see the explanation of like how the strategy works, the bare basics of it. However, this strategy is unfinished, so I can't explain it to you here. The last thing I want to do is explain it to you, and then you don't get it, you get confused, and then the strategy changes tomorrow, right? Because it's not finished yet. So I'm not going to explain the strategy to you. If you want to go and see it, go to the previous mentoring sessions where I explained it a little it was more in detail that I've been doing here. And then you can get the basic understanding of how it's applied. However, these requirements are changing until we've finished it. So I don't want to get you confused with teaching you one way and then tomorrow it's a little different. This is something that we're still working on. So once it's released, then I'll teach you guys how to actually do it, like, set in stone. Because the thing is, with our strategies here, I don't release any strategies to you guys unless they're like 100%. Because the last thing I want you guys to do is make mistakes or to start applying something and then it changes, a month later because we figure out that there's another requirement that needs to be added. So when it's ready, I'll teach it to you guys, but right now it's just not ready. So just go back and watch the old videos and you'll understand how it's applied. Let me see if there's anything else here before we continue. All right. Nice. So I just saw everyone here killing it. So let's see. All right, let me see if there's any other entries here. I don't see any other entries on my end, but we do see something, and obviously I'll mark them up for you guys. So nothing there off the 1 minute right now. 3 minutes still kind of just ranging sideways before it shoots back up, which is what I'm anticipating. Nothing here on the daily. I'm probably not going to be taking the daily, but nothing there currently. So, all right, let me get back to the questions and see what else I'm missing. If you guys have questions, just drop your questions in the chat. I'm going down the entire list here. We still have about 10 more questions to get through. So if you guys have more questions, just drop them in the chat and I'll answer them for you. Isai is asking, from what I've seen myself, US 30 will either reject off the all-time high when approaching the previous established all-time high, or it'll blast right through it, creating a new one. Exactly, Isai. So that's usually what happens. And that's why I usually don't like trading at the all-time high, because it's a manipulated price point, right? Depending whether there's more buyers or sellers at that price point, that will dictate whether the market makers decide to push price higher or they drop it back down. So that's why I also use the retail sentiment here Because the thing is, if it's like 70% short and everyone's expecting US 30 to drop after it reaches all-time high, price is probably going to continue pushing up higher. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. This wouldn't be an entry for me here because it's, yeah, there's not enough candles here. Looking at the first requirement, you need to confirm it within 4 or 5 candles to establish. So here's the low right here. There's 1, 2, 3, fourth candle right here. So I probably wouldn't take this trade here, even if it closes below. I'd probably establish a new low below it. So just, you know, something to keep in mind. And I'm not trading right now as well, because I believe Congress is still talking right now. Let's see if they're still holding the hearing. I believe they are. YouTube's kind of laggy right now, so it's not really loading for me, but I do believe they're still talking. So I'm not taking any trades right now on my own. It's, yeah, they're still speaking right now. So you guys want to be careful if you guys decide to take any trades at this moment, because there's probably going to be a lot of fake outs and a lot of manipulation going on, especially with Congress currently talking right now. So just keep that in mind, guys. Be careful. Okay, going down farther, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Nice. So Lamar said hit both high lows so far. So Lamar's in profit with those trades. Definitely great work. Ronnie said TP already. Which one are you referring to, Ronnie? I'm not sure which one are you talking about, but everything else that we took here kind of hit TP. The 1 minute, I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to. I see your question was about 30 minutes ago. Sorry, I literally just saw your message right now. So I'm not sure which one are you referring to, Ronnie. Isai is asking, is anybody else catching those trades? I don't have MT4 set up on my computer. Yeah, a lot of people caught them earlier. Isai, it's a pretty good amount of people here who caught those trades that we took earlier. You have to be trading on your computer, Isai. Like, I know you've been trading on your phone, but it's, you know, it's a huge difference when you're trading on your computer versus your phone, because your execution times are going to be a lot faster. Rav's asking if I was in the 3-minute daily. I wasn't, Rav. I didn't take that trade because I missed it. We were in the 1 minute when that came up. So I was currently taking the other trade when it came up, and then I missed it, but it's okay. I think a lot of you guys are still in it, or you guys made profit off it already. So here's a 3-minute, and this is exactly what I was mentioning earlier, right? Price is coming below, and it's probably going to swing back up. However, I'm not going to take a trade because the Treasury is still speaking right now. Yeah, they're still speaking right now, so it's not really going to be worth the risk. Because you can see how price is now spiking back and forth, right? You're going to see some big volatility moves whenever they're saying something. Seems like they might have said something bad, it spiked price down, and then it switched cameras to whoever's in Congress right here, or whoever's currently talking. He's probably saying something good, and then now price is coming right back up. So something to be aware of and to be careful of if you guys are trading right now. You're going to see a lot of these movements happen where price spikes up and down, and there's really no explanation behind it aside from, you know, whatever announcements going on. Yeah, exactly. Asai. So Asai said I'm not in the trade, not comfortable entering trades after the move happened. Same here, and that's a smart move, Asai. There's no reason for you guys to chase moves, right? There's always going to be another trade available next. Jared said, good job today, guys. Hopping off. Jared, we'll see you tomorrow. Christopher is asking, what is the cutoff time for the daily? So the cutoff time is 9:30. So the cutoff time for this is going to be 9 o'clock, sorry, 9 o'clock Pacific time. It's currently 7:41. However, even if we do get a daily here, I might not be taking it because of the news that's coming up shortly with the Congress speaking currently, and then also with the Fed speaking at 8 o'clock. So I'm probably not going to take it even if it comes up, but the cutoff is going to be 9 o'clock. So if you guys want to take it with a smaller lot size, or just make sure to, you know, wrap it up in profit when possible. But you can see right here, price is now coming back up to where it was supposed to go. However, I'm not going to take a trade. It's just too risky on my end. All right, let me see if there's any other questions here. All right, let's see. Yeah, Emmanuel said the 10-minute daily is coming. Yeah, it looks like it's pending right there. There's about 8 minutes left on this. So like I mentioned, guys, I'm not going to take the trade, but I will mark it up for you guys. But, you know, remember, take this at your own risk because it is a risky time to be trading it, especially with all of the news this morning. If this closes, then yeah, it'll be a valid entry. However, a valid but risky entry if you guys do decide to take it. But it's pushing in the direction of the 3-minute. So I do like that as well. The fact that it's pushing up with a 3-minute is also a good thing here. So I'll keep watching. There's another 1-minute scalp right here that could have been hit if you guys were applying the pivot strategy. There's another one right there that just passed, and it looks like it already hit full TP. Yeah. So right there, full TP off that buy. However, I'm not taking any trades. So I'm just marking these up for you guys. If you guys are taking, you know, big congrats to you guys for whoever's catching these wins, but I'm not going to be taking any trades. It's just too risky to be trading during Congress right now. Congress's announcement plus with the Fed speaking shortly thereafter. So let me scroll down further and see what else I am looking at. Lisa said only 2K until FTMO is back to break even, then 2 weeks left to hit 10K. No, definitely, Lisa, that's key. The key point here is just consistency, right? Consistency and consistent profits, you know, back to back. Charlie said, can you go over the settings for the session title? I think mine's a little off. Yeah, Charlie, so go over here real quick, or let me just, I'll tag you in it. So right here, Charlie, and this should be your settings here too, so you should be good. Yeah, Charlie, check out the K² Premium Trade Talk, and I tagged you in the post right there, Charlie. So just set your settings to this right here, and then it should be good because we're on the same time zone, so you should be all right. Scrolling over here real quick, let me see what else I missed. All right, so Angela over here is up 310, so nice profit off that. And then her other account here, she's up 2,327. Great work, Angela. Patricia as well, she said she's done for the day. She's currently in profit 1,676. Great work, Patricia. Roland over here as well. Roland's currently up 640. Nice work, Roland. Guys, see how price is moving? This is exactly why I don't want to trade right now, because price will come down, then it'll come right back up, then it'll come right back down. It seems like whenever the camera switches from this guy, whenever he talks, price goes up. And then whenever the guy that's in the office talks, price goes down. So, I mean, we'll see what happens here. Or I don't know, whenever this guy speaks, man, he's speaking right now currently. And it looks like whenever it goes back to like that other guy previously, price goes up. However, when it goes to anyone else, price comes right back down. I think because they're arguing. I mean, they're not arguing, but they have opposing stances, right? So the other guy that was talking previously, whatever he's saying is likely pushing price up. Whenever anyone else talks back to him, price goes back down. So, and I think these guys are enforcing the sanctions. That's why this is Congress, obviously. And I'm just looking at the subtitles right here. They're talking about the sanctions, and then when they talk about the sanctions, price goes down. And it looks like when the other guy responds, price goes back up. I personally have no idea what they're talking about. I have no experience with analyzing how fundamentals actually work. The only thing that I do is I look at news, and when news happens, I see how the market reacts to it. So, I have no economics background. I don't know how economics work at all. I was a lawyer before this, but I don't deal with economics at all. I just know how to use logic, right? So, me being a lawyer, I'm very good with logic. So if I see someone talking and price moves a certain way, then I tie 2 and 2 together, right? I'm like, this guy says something, price goes up. That's logic, right? The price is probably gonna go up. If someone else says something and price goes down, then that's me tying 2 and 2 together that, whenever he talks, price is probably gonna go down. Whenever the other guy talks, price is probably gonna go up. So I have no economics background. So if you guys want to ask me about how this actually works, I have no idea. I'm just using basic logic. And it's the same thing with like everything else, right? I use logic with retail sentiment over here. It's pretty common sense, but like a lot of people don't have common sense, right? If everyone's trading short and price is going up, then I'm going to buy when people are going short. When people are going long and price is going down, then I'm going to sell. So I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I just know how to use logic properly to identify what to do and what not to do. And that's why we have such a high win rate here. And that's why I'm so straightforward with you guys with my trades. And whatever I tell you guys, usually there's a reason behind it. I'm not necessarily telling you guys things for no reason. I'm usually telling you guys things from experience because I've been trading for so long. So let me just scroll down a little lower and see what else I'm missing. Roger is asking, where are FTMO? Roger, so you need to go on the FTMO website and look at the economics calendar on the FTMO website. That's where you'll see what's restricted. Nice. Kip said, not a fun session. I'm gonna go play NBA 2K before work. Yeah, definitely, Kip. I should probably pick up 2K so I can play with you guys. I know Tommy plays and a couple other guys play here as well. B said, damn, I'm in the 1 minute buy. Hopefully it goes up and hits TP. Yeah, hopefully hit TP for you, B. It looks like it did spike up right here. So I'm not sure if you're still holding on to it. You might have been in this one right here because your message was at 734. So it looks like price came down, but it came right back up right here. So depending on how long you held on to it, it might have hit TP. If not, you might have gotten caught in that like whipsaw right there. Yeah. So I'm not in any of these trades, guys. I've only taken one trade today. When I told you guys I was done trading, I was really done trading because the market is just moving way too crazy. Nice, Slava. So Slava's currently up 6,000 euros right now. Give him some emojis over here real quick. You've been busy, Slava. Right, too busy playing Warzone, bro. I don't know if he's, or I don't even know if he's on this live session, but Slav would always go make some profits, and then he would just go. He'd either go drink, like you can see over here, he's drinking. He literally made his 6,000 euros, and then he would go drink and then go play Warzone. And that's pretty much Slav's schedule every morning. Trade with us in the morning, drink and play Warzone all day. So no, good to see Slav here. I haven't seen him here in a while. I know he's been busy. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. Oh yeah, no, definitely. So Lisa said she doesn't have a computer as she's in Asia, and the phone is brutal, especially with multiple accounts. No, I agree, Lisa, 100%. I'm actually going to buy the new MacBook so when I do travel, I'll be able to trade with you guys. Because a lot of people ask, if I ever go on vacation, am I going to stop trading? I'm probably going to keep trading because I like doing this. So even if I'm on vacation, I'll have my laptop with me, and then we'll keep trading even though I'm, on vacation doing whatever I need to do. Nice. So Rav said he made profit and he came out. Good work, Rav. Christopher said, thanks, Shawn. See you tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Christopher. Looks like a lot of you guys are already calling it a day, which is probably the better idea right now. Isai said, from what I've seen, there's a huge difference using computer compared to phone. Just trying to figure out how to set up FTMO on there. So Isai, if you have the MT4 app, just go on the website, metatrader4.com, download MetaTrader 4 on your computer, and then you can just log into your, FTMO on there. Lisa's asking, what trade copier do you recommend? I personally use Social Trader Tools. That's the only one I've used. I haven't had any issues with that. So that's what I would recommend to you as well. Maddie over here said he's done for the day. So a lot of you guys are pretty much done for the most part. Lisa said the DXY strengthened since they started chatting. So yeah, with that said, looks like the dollar is kind of, it's strengthening. However, you can see that price isn't really choosing a direction. It's kind of just going sideways here. So if you guys are trading right now, you guys, I recommend you guys to be very careful, because the last thing you want to do is just have a spike down or have a spike up when you least expect it. Lamar said, geez, 1-4, lost 1 at break even for the day. It's just stayed out during the news like Shawn. Yeah. So guys, another thing to keep in mind, if you guys don't have to keep trading. I know it's addicting. Like Lamar, we talked about it before. The high-low strategy is very addicting, right? Because you could win a lot of profit on it, but if you make one mistake, you can literally just wipe them all out. So you guys just got to keep that in mind. For me, I'm pretty much done for the day. I have my 3,300 in profit, across both my accounts. So I'm okay for the day. I don't need to keep trading. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else. So Donnie over here said he took the last 1 minute scalp. My time hit his TP. AirPods died out when you said Fed started talking, and I jumped into the trade. So grateful, not taking a big risk, but profit is profit. So I'm done getting away for the day. So Donnie's done for the day. He took the trade there as well, the buy. He locked in his profit. He locked in a total of 614. He heard that I mentioned that, the Fed and Congress was going to be speaking. So Donnie just made his profit. He called it a day for the day. So a lot of you guys here, if you guys are taking it, calling it a day like I did, you guys should be perfectly fine. Vincent over here, he's clawing his way back. So I hope you make it back, Vincent. I know you got caught in the fake out, but definitely I'm glad to see that you're clawing your way back right here. If you have to close the day with like a small loss, that's completely fine. You can make it back tomorrow. You still have a whole week ahead of you. Salorm over here. Let's see. Salorm said done for the day. Thanks, Shawn. See you tomorrow. So Salorm locked in a total of 948 on this account. And then on the other account, Salorm locked in 1,226. So great work right there as well, Salorm, with your profits for the day. Yeah, all wins, no losses for Salorm here. So as long as you're careful and consistent, you should have no problem. Patricia here as well, currently up 1,676. Great work, Patricia. All right, other than that, let me see if there's any other questions here before I log off. Let's see. B said got out at 690 with profit, so not full TP. It's all good. That's good. B. So B was holding on to the buy earlier from this one. B held on to it like a little longer than the normal, but then it came right back up and B pulled out in profit. So definitely great work right there. Glad to see that you still lock in some profit off that. Delmas is asking, oh Delmas, I got a PS5. So if I'll probably buy 2K just to play with you guys, because I do play Call of Duty with you guys sometimes. I just haven't been playing lately. It's been too busy. But yeah, I do have a PS5, so that's what I play on. B said, what do you think is better, more profitable, having two 200K FTMO accounts or merging them to a 400K? So I've gone between both of them, B. It's really up to personal preference, right? For me, I had two 200Ks, and then I thought it would be better with a 400K. So I merged them, but then I almost blew the account one time because I took too big of a lot size and I forgot, like, you know, it's a different account. So when it's such a big account, it kind of messes with your psychology. So what happened was I split it back into two of them, two 200Ks. And now since I use a copier, when it's a risky trading day like today, what I'll do sometimes is I'll have one trade running, right? I'll have this running to full TP. And then if this account over here, I feel like it's a risky trade, I'll just close this out and profit and I'll let this keep running. So, I mean, it's just really up to preference. If you want to have that extra, like if you're able to run multiple accounts and you're comfortable with it, then I personally like doing the two accounts. However, now that FTMO announced that they're doing the 90% split and they're going to scale the accounts, I think I'm going to merge it back to a 400K and just be more disciplined. So I think it's better now to merge them. However, it just depends on personality, right? If you're a gambler, then you should probably have two separate accounts because then you can just close one out and have your own run. But with the new rules, not the new rules, the new benefits with FTMO, it's probably better to just merge them because you can scale that 400K. And then you can also, you know, if you're consistent for an X amount of period of time, you can get that 90% split, which is gonna be a lot better. So I would probably merge it if you have the opportunity to. I'm probably going to be merging mine. I'm still thinking about it because the thing is, I don't want to, like, the problem with the 400K account by having just one account is if you make one mistake, say if you hold a trade over a weekend on accident, like you're trading during a holiday and US 30 closes and you're stuck in that trade, you're going to lose that account. So you got to weigh the pros and cons, right? Are you going to be disciplined? If you are, then do the 400K. If you're not going to be disciplined, then you should probably stick with the other one with the split accounts. So there's just, you know, there's different pros and cons to it. With everything, there's a different pro and con, but you guys really got to ask yourself that question, whether you're going to be disciplined or not. All right, let me scroll over here real quick. Professor said, finish for the day. Looking forward to tomorrow. Have an amazing rest of your day, folks. Yeah, so Professor, we'll see you tomorrow. Main's asking, hey, Shawn, since you're not taking any trades, do you have a lot size cheat sheet? I actually don't, Main. I don't know if maybe I can make one for you and I'll just post it in the group. But yeah, I'll try to do that today. If you want to message me on Telegram just to remind me, because I got a lot of stuff to do today. But if you want to message me and just remind me, then that's probably something that I can probably help you with. But currently right now, I don't have one that's available to you. But if you message me, let me know. I'll probably make some time later to help you with that. It's just I'm always on one account size, so I don't necessarily. Sorry, I was like tempted to enter this trade right here, so I just wanted to mark it up. So I just marked this up right here. But yeah, man, if you want me to help you with that, just send me a message and I'll probably try to make some sort of chart for you. And then I'll send it to you and I'll post it in the group. So I'm just looking at this trade now. It looks like a good trade. So I'm just thinking about taking it. Let's see. All right, cool. So I'm just watching it. Yeah, that already hit TP right there. It's kind of just looking at, because the 3 minute here was looking good. That's why I was looking at that buy, because I was like, if it's pushing up, it's probably going to push up with 3 minute as well. And it's just going to push up, you know, even higher. So we'll see. I might just take this for the rest of the move here if it pushes up higher. It's only about 11 pips from the TP. And the Fed speaking about, so guys, another thing to be careful of, Fed speaking about 3 minutes. So you guys might want to be careful. I should probably just sit out the market. This is probably a bad idea for me to try to enter these trades right here as we get close to the Fed speaking. So I'm gonna sit that out. But yeah, I mean, just send me a message on Telegram and then I'll probably try to get that going for you either today or tomorrow when I have some free time. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else. Oh, nice. So B got back into the 1 minute again. Now got out with 1,200 and now went to full TV. Down, got out early. Seems like get out too early when it spikes. Yeah, no, exactly. Spiked up real nice. So yeah, no, you're pretty much good from there. B's next question is, so with the 400K account, would we just use 20 lots since it's basically yeah, basically if you want to, you can do that. However, once you're funded, you don't really need to take, crazy lot sizes. I mean, you can if you're comfortable with it, but what I always tell people is to, once you're funded and you don't feel comfortable taking big lot sizes, just go back to a smaller lot size. Because once you're funded, you're basically getting free profit at that point. So there's no need to keep pushing it, right? And that's what I always try to remind people. Because a lot of people, I'll see people, it's crazy. They'll get funded and they'll double the lot size because they want to get greedy, and then they end up losing the funded account before they even make their first payout. So yeah, my recommendation is, obviously, if you want to keep using the same lot sizes, you can use a 20 lot. I've done that before, and it's pretty scary, to be honest. I'm being real with you. It's pretty scary because I think you'll be going from like negative 1,000 to like positive 1,000 within a few seconds. And if you're not comfortable with seeing that on your account, then you should probably just go back to using smaller lot sizes. So it's just up to preference. But once you're funded, there's no need to really be shooting for those big profits. Your main goal is to stay funded and to not lose the account. So that's just my word of advice. I've been there, done that. It's kind of trippy when something like that happens. All right, let's see. B's asking, any tips on not taking out too early? I've always see plus 700, rather take out rather than waiting for full TP at 1K. What I recommend is just to set a TP. That's the main thing that you can do to stop that. There isn't really like too much you can do to fix that. I mean, it's all trade psychology, right? If you're not comfortable with the position, you're going to pull out because you want to just pull out with some profit. But if you are comfortable with it, then you would, obviously you would just hold on to it. So what I would recommend is just setting a TP and just letting the trade do what it's supposed to do. That's what I do pretty much. That's why I have my automatic TP stop loss. I just take the trade, let the TP run, and then I just stop looking at the chart. So that's probably the main thing that you can do to fix that. Anything else over here? Donnie jumped into the 3 minute. Clyde's asking about the daily on the 10 minute. So the daily hasn't appeared yet. We're looking for the valid signal here. It hasn't closed out yet. So if it does close, Clyde, then it would be an entry there. However, like I mentioned, the Fed is going to be speaking right now. They're actually speaking right now at 8 o'clock. So I would probably be careful trading. So Congress is speaking regarding the Treasury Department sanctions policy. Also, the Fed's going to be speaking as well. So I would just be careful if you guys decide to trade around this time, because the market is probably going to start moving a little crazy in a little bit as we get closer to the future news and announcements going on. Donnie said I jumped in the 3 minute. So Donnie actually jumped into the 3 minute over here, and he I think he locked in some profit off there, right, Donnie? See, I think it already hit TP or almost did. So you might want to be careful here, Donnie. If you're holding on to this, you might want to move your stop loss in profit if you're already still in it, or you probably pulled out already. Because the thing is, the Fed's speaking right now. So whatever they say can easily affect the market one way or the other, whether it be good or whether it be bad. It's probably something that you want to be careful with if you're still in it. All right, so any other questions here? Let me scroll down a little bit. Yeah, no, I agree. So Rab said daily might work if the Fed pushes it up. I agree. No, they might they might push it, but it's just it's going to be a toss up, right? Unless you need to trade, then trade. If not, then I'd recommend just calling it a day and coming back tomorrow. All right, guys. So I think that's it for the questions. It's past 8 already, so it's way past my trading session time. So I think I'm done for the day. If you guys do have questions, feel free to message me on Telegram or message me on email. I still have a ton of emails. I was at Disneyland yesterday, so I didn't even get a chance to go through my emails. I have about 500 emails to go through today. So if you guys do have questions, go ahead and email me. I'm probably not going to get back to you by today. If I don't get back to you by today, it'll get back to you by tomorrow. So I'll get back to you eventually. It's just going to take some time because I wasn't here all day yesterday, so I haven't gone through any of the emails. Also have a bunch of pending Telegram messages too. So if you guys did message me, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just busy. So yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the next live session. If you guys do have questions, just reach out. Otherwise, we'll be back here same time tomorrow as we take on the middle of the week. Oh, there we go, man. I actually took the trade too. Let me see. Okay, 3 minute. Before I go off, let me just, man, that was nice. Full TP off that. So let me just delete this. I actually took the trade too off that 1 minute, guys. So right here, when I was talking to you guys and I was kind of distracted, I put a buy stop right here and I took the trade. This is like low-key took it because I was like, man, if this thing's going to hit, this thing has got to hit too. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to enter here, and it hit it. So I made profit off that trade. So let me give you guys a little update for that. Sorry, that was why I was distracted. A lot of you guys were messaging me, like asking what I was doing, but I was trying to set the buy stop there to enter the trade. So here, let me give you guys a little update for this. So this is going to be the 3 minute. Right work there, guys, for whoever caught it. Obviously, I caught like partial move, just like the 1 minute that happened over there. Because I already had it marked up. So I was like, if it comes back up, I'm just going to catch it and let it swing up. So I did catch this move right here. Thankfully, made a quick little profit off it. And then I'll give you guys a screenshot of my profit before I log off. So great work, guys. Glad to see all of you guys profiting here. If you guys have more profits to send them over. And then I'll add them to the list over here. Whoops. All right. So that's good right there. I think I took it for like smaller moves. I didn't take it for the full move, unfortunately, because I entered kind of late. The spread kind of sucks. How much should I make off that? MT4 is lagging on me right now. Oh, I still made 1,000 on it. Okay, so I made 1,155. So it wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be worse, but yeah, not bad at all. So let me give you guys a little screenshot of my profits off that trade. I'm glad it still was above 1,000. Not that it would have affected me, whatever, profit's profit, but of course I'd rather have more profit. So another last minute profit before I call it a day. I know a lot of people here in the Telegram are gonna be like, man, I thought Shawn was done trading, but I did. I was technically supposed to be done, but I locked in some profit off that. So just scrolling up right here. So a lot of you guys here still locked in some other profits. So RJ over here currently up 3,520. Nice work, RJ. New levels over here currently up 2,385. Great work, new levels. And you can see prices starting to get pumped up pretty heavy right here, right? The Fed's speaking right now, guys. So like I mentioned before, I said the Fed usually says good things about the economy. So they're pumping price up right now as we speak. This would technically be the daily entry. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Yeah, that's it for my trades there. Vincent actually took the buy too. He's clawing his way back up. So big congrats to you, Vincent. Keep going, bro. He was down negative 2,835, and he's now currently only down 468. So he's doing good. Vincent's making his way back up. So great work right there, Vincent. RJ over here too. Yeah, he said he entered the trade that I was tempted to take. So he actually took the buy as well. RJ locked in a total of 3,520. Great work, RJ. Patricia here, she took another trade. She said, done. US 30 is freaking crazy. So she took one more trade. She's in profit 1,749. Great work, Patricia. She took the same buy that I did right here. Took the buy, locked in 692. So great work there, Patricia. Other than that, I think that's it for now. Slav said it's only wine, bro. Yeah, Slav, be careful, man. He's over there driving, drinking wine, playing Call of Duty in his car. All right, guys. So I think that's it for today. David has another question. He's asking, Shawn, do you ever trade US 100? No, I don't. I was tempted to trade at some point, but the thing is, I already mastered US 30, so there's no need for me to go and like trade other stuff. I do see a lot of people go between US 30, NASDAQ, and S&P, which is fine. But what I would do recommend is that you guys just master one, right? For me, I'm like pretty good at US 30, so I just stick to US 30 because the thing is NASDAQ moves different from US 30. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to confuse yourself. You don't want to be really good at US 30 and then you go trade NASDAQ and then now you suck at US 30, right? Because you're confused now between the two different assets because they move differently. I know they're both indices, but they both move differently. It's like night and day right there between those two assets. So I personally don't trade it, but I mean, I've seen other people do well. So if you want to do it, feel free. For me personally, I just take quality trades on US 30 and that's all I stick with. So other than that, guys, I think that's it for this session. Great profits amongst everyone else here. So that's it. That's about it for today, guys. If you guys have questions, go ahead and message me. Otherwise, I will catch you guys for tomorrow's live session. So I think that's it. And I gotta find my where's my thing at? My Zoom. I don't even know where my Zoom button is to close this. All right, guys, whatever. So see you guys tomorrow and have a great rest of your morning. If you guys want to keep trading, just keep in mind that there is going to be news coming on. Man, I don't even know where my button's at. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's close it out from here. So see